Hey, you guys, welcome back. So we made some progress today. Been sanding a little bit on the one of the back fenders. It actually took a lot longer than I figured it was going to. I was hoping the DA was going to make short work of it, but there is a lot of paint on that thing. So I had 400 to start with, and it just didn't seem to be doing very much. It's not the best paper, so it gummed up really quick. And I switched to 240 because evidently I used all the 320, and the 240 took off and was doing really good. And then I started going back over it with the blocks that I had set some 400 on. And let me show you what I got done on that. Might change on it. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, there's definitely some scratch marks, but I wanted to give it definitely some roughness. We're gonna high build primer it. I'm just making sure, because I'm gonna flip it over and show you the backside. I did that. I hit that thing with 240 and it didn't even sneeze the paint that's on there. I think it's like that K200 epoxy or something. But you'll see as we get into this, there's some issues with one or two of the back of the fenders where it just peels off. I mean, it just peeled off in a sheet in my hands. I think I put that on a previous video. So, all right, hold on. I'll show you the backside. Okay. Yeah, I know it's glistening. That is OSFO because bare metal, and could not leave it. And there was a couple of issues I wanted to record, but my camera is just absolutely full. So I'm gonna have to get an external hard drive and take care of that. This darkness is not rust. It is some primer or something. See, there it is right up in there. And that 240 was just, just making it evaporate as long as it was a fairly new pad. If not, it just laughed at it. It just laughed at it and sat there. I don't know what that stuff is. But, oh, yeah. Yep. Mm. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Let me go grab the OSFO. Okay. Remember that joke I made on the last video about this is why they call it restoration? And I know I got you upside down. And it comes all the way up here. I don't believe it's too bad, but I literally just found it. So got some, doesn't look too bad. Just gotta open it up. And I'm sorry, y'all. I don't have the phone memory to film it. But other than that, look at the little tidbits and stuff. Factory hole. You know, it's just the things that they did to get it to mount. You know, I'm okay with it. Gives me options. Who sees that? Same thing down there. And as you can tell, there's a little bit over there. Can we get to it? There. I did the same thing. Already treated it. But other than that, there's just a few more spots, you know. That's just that big old. Hmm. Okay. Yep. That was original color. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Other than that, honestly, there was a strange line, and you can kind of see it right there. I think it. Ah, I see why. Is the light catching that? Yep. There's a crease in that panel. Okay. Hammer and dolly work. I will take care of that. Not now. Going inside. Y'all have a good one. All right. Let's try this again. I should have did this before I did that panel, which is, do a walkthrough of everything on it before I start sanding. And found this. Everything else looks pretty good. See if I can catch the light to show you everything. And then go through without it. Yeah, you see that in there. See all that stuff on top. There's no issues or anything. I should have brought my light. There. Yeah, see that. I don't see that crease. It's in the other one, but I do see some ripples, and hopefully they're in the paint. Here's the end. Sorry for being blurry. I don't know what it's doing. Yeah. And this thing is really long. The one stand doesn't really hold it, so I got a sawhorse for the backside so it doesn't. Still just have to watch it over here, put my hand on the backside. Just some more stuff in the paint. Hold on a second, I'll flip it over. Here's the backside. Very similar. Again. Mm. Hmm. hammer some flat. Over here too. These are way up. That's way down. This is all over the place. We'll get it taken care of. It appears to be just right there on them two spots, only because it got scratched. And down here is just the continuation of that little bit, just to the edge. Shoot, I'm okay with that. So, okay. Let's get to work. All right, you guys. As you can tell, it's a few days later. I was editing the video and just realized I didn't film an outro or anything. So let me show you here. So I still had to do that rust spot repair on that one that I found in the video, and it was like, oh crap. So I haven't gotten to the back of this one yet. we've been, as you can tell, working on Christmas. So, but then I got to get to the back of that, which I'm going to work on here just a little bit. But we have a project this morning where we're going to help the neighbor do some work on the back deck, their stairs. So I got to run to the hardware store and take care of some stuff. And hopefully we'll get back and knock some of this out this afternoon and get on the door and stuff. And we get on that door, hopefully on this door, there won't be any issues with that. Reserved. My wife got me that sign years ago when I first bought this car. And, you know, it's awesome. But I just wanted to say, as we're going into the holidays, I know not everybody is, during the holidays. So we're with you. We're, standing with you. I know, trust me, as we started out of Thanksgiving week and everybody left, the wonderful house was just full and it was awesome. And there was so much love in the house. It was just amazing, y'all. Just having the family around us and just all the hustle and bustle, and then everybody goes home, which is also fantastic and wonderful. But then it just in the house. So she and I kind of started getting really, really down, as you can when it starts getting dark at 3:30. But this year I didn't let it. This is just what worked for us so far. Was I just got up and did something different. We hadn't decorated the house in a long time, and I hadn't wanted to. Well, this year I did. We got up, we got everything Christmassy and seasonally that we own, and just decorated the home. I brought it all in the house, and we started going through it and everything. And she was the artist, and I was the load in and load out, and just it just totally lifted our spirits so far. Because I'm a big kid. When I get up, I want to plug the lights in, and when I want to leave them on to the last minute before I go to bed. And if it was up to me, and then you trusted everything, I'd leave them on all night. I'm just that big kid. But it helped. It helped. So talk to somebody. You know, leave a comment. I'll talk to you if I can, if I got, if I'm available. So just, don't get into it. When we get into January and February, what I call the great big freezing ball of suck known as winter, it's, I'm hope I'm giving you something to plow through and, throw some comments down. Let's interact and get through this, because this this became, as I even said, the motivation for the perpetual motion machine. I know I'm rambling, but I do have a point. And to get you through it, and depression is real, and it can get you if you stay in one spot and do the same thing. Well, this is me doing this. This is me out of my comfort zone. I am a quirky guy. I like to cut up. I like to joke. I like to crack jokes and everything. But it's my defense mechanism. I'm insecure, and when I do the jokes and everything, I don't want to do them at someone's expense. I just want to make humor, but not at someone's expense or of someone, unless like me and homeboy, we can bust on each other because there's 30 years of friendship there. He knows I'm not serious, and he's not serious when it comes to me, but that's how friends do. Brothers, same way. I mean, that's brothers. So talk to somebody, get out there through it. And doing this is also surprised. Yeah, there's the first week with my new lips again. Sorry, I had them redone. Needed a clutch. But it's also providing update and support for my family who doesn't live with us to know how and what I'm doing. So that was a long, drawn out way to get to that. Kind of like in Lord of the Rings, what I've always said. They should have just rode the eagles at the beginning, and you wouldn't needed 3 movies to wrap it up. Well, what do I know? Tolkien's a master. I'm a guy in a garage building a car. And on that terrible disappointment, I shall wrap it up. Thank you guys again for watching. Appreciate all the support. Like, share, subscribe. If you like this rambling bunch of mullet mess. So I'm Jimmy. This is Not Your Garage. Hug your loved ones, especially your family. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all on the next one.